The best business advice I have to offer. Okay. The best, what does that mean? Well, it means I could tell you 100 things, but I'm starting with this bit of advice because it's the catalyst. You know what I mean? Without the catalyst, there can be no change. There can be no improvement if you don't do this first. And if you don't take this advice, I am sorry to say, my friend, you're going to suffer and you're going to lose. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when and how. Will you die quickly with some mercy, or will it take a long, long, torturous time to slowly suck the life out of you? Okay? If you don't take this advice. Ready? Here's the best advice I can give you. Build belonging. That's job one for every business, including mine. We have to create a sense of belonging within our client base. They're not clients, they're members. And they don't see us as a business, they see us as something that is a part of their life. Small businesses succeed, and I've had one for 30 years succeeding. Small businesses succeed not because they're a little quicker, they're a little cheaper, you have a little bit more of a personal touch. That's not it. Small businesses succeed because they create more meaning. People feel like we know them. When you compare little businesses to great big businesses forever, for our entire life, big businesses won. They had everything. They had market domination. They had better prices, better advertising. There was no way for little to compete with big. That's all changed. That is completely changed forever. In fact, now, God bless us, all the advantages go to small. We can respond quicker. When you have a complaint and you're dealing with a big business, you send an email in and it eventually gets answered by somebody. And let's say your idea was a good idea. That idea, by the time it gets to the CEO, it's been months. 9 months ago, a client sent in an email with a complaint and they had a really good idea. It's finally getting to your attention here at the leadership meeting. Oh my God. In a small business, the CEO usually answers the telephone. Okay, the bottom line on belonging is this. If your experience is dialed in, and I'll talk about this in a second, your experience makes people feel seen. And when they feel seen, the transaction matters more to them. And when the transaction matters more to them, they come back and they bring someone else. That's the way it goes. Okay, not sometimes, every single time. So the most important thing you can do is work on your experience, which brings me to the next bit of this advice. The first being, it's all about creating a sense of belonging. How, Dennis? How do I do that? By focusing on experience and not service. What's the difference? Thank you for asking. Experience isn't what you do, it's how you do it. Experience is the time that you design around the transaction. It's the experience. When you go to a coffee shop, the experience isn't ordering and getting the coffee. The experience is what it feels like to be in the coffee shop. In fact, it's what it feels like to be walking up to the coffee shop. It's what it feels like when you're dealing with one of the staff members and what they say to you and how they make you feel welcome. Service is about saving people time. Experience is about creating time well spent. Experience is after I have done my business in the store and I have decided to buy this item, I don't want to leave. I want to stay a little longer and linger, because just being with the business, with the brand, makes me feel good. Service saves you time. Experience creates time that you enjoy, that makes you want to linger, that registers as a memory. Remember that store, how fantastic it was? Okay, now this is really important, because I'm willing to bet up until now, if you reflect on all the different ways you have tried to create more value for clients, which creates more profits for you, you have probably defaulted to improving service, meaning you looked for ways to save clients' time. No, what should you be doing? I should be looking for ways to create time well spent, not saved, spent. So people want to linger in my store, in my office, on my website, in their time with me. Yes, that's right. Now complete it. So, by doing so, you create a sense of belonging, right? Where your people feel seen. By your people, I mean intentionally I say that, not your clients, your people, your tribe. They feel seen, yeah. They feel understood and safe, yes. And they feel like they belong, yes. Because that insulates them from competitive forces, yes. Someone will always, and that someone's probably Amazon, someone will always have a better product than you, or a better price, or a more efficient service. Doesn't matter when you have experience and belonging. Okay, here's the next little idea I have for you. And this is just the best idea I've got, which is create a sense of belonging. Exactly. So what if you studied your existing clients? Like, what if you owned them? What if you surprised them in inherently personal ways by looking for ways to solve their problems before they've asked for it? And here's how you do that. You do that by owning a niche, okay? Which in some places they call it a niche, but I live here in Canada. We have French people here. That word is niche. It's a niche, and you want to own it. Why do I want to own it? Because when you try to become someone for everybody, you're not anybody for anyone, okay? You don't want to do that. That's what Amazon is for. Amazon is for everybody, and Amazon is a really good example of a company, A, you can't be, and B, you can't beat. Amazon's gonna win. Amazon, or somebody like Amazon, is going to beat anybody who tries to sell products and services for a living. There's no way you can outsell Amazon. They will sell things for as little as possible. They will ship them to you overnight. They give you weeks to figure out if you want to keep it or not. And you can ship it back so easily, as you know. You don't even have to repackage it. You just bring it back to the mail counter and they package it for you. Like, it couldn't be easier. Do you really want to compete with Amazon? Do you really want to lose painfully to Amazon? Why not don't even go there? Just don't even go there. Instead, what you do is this. You stage an experience that allows you to own your clients, and you own a niche. I could help literally any business owner in the world, but I focus in primarily on businesses that are practices. Okay? Medical practices, financial practices, legal practices. A massage therapist, that's a medical practice. Anybody who sells invisible stuff is my client. Okay? But you could help anybody. I could. It's impossible to be appealing to everybody. But when you own a niche, knowledge for profit, everybody knows who you are. They hear about you all the time. Own a niche. Let me tell you about a business here in my town. Just comes to mind. They're called the Running Room. Okay, they are exactly what you think you are. They're a store that sells running shoes. Yeah, that's what they do. Let's start with the first one. They create an amazing sense of belonging. Anybody can go buy shoes there, including people that don't run. I've bought shoes there. I don't run. But when you go in, what you encounter is the most enthusiastic people ever. Both the people that work there, that want to make sure, first and foremost, that you get the pair of shoes that will work for you. No two pair of feet are the same. Okay, you don't buy, if only it were this easy. If you could just go buy shoes, you like what they look like. Oh, I like these ones, they're red, I'm gonna buy them. Well, that's not the kind of store this is. This is the kind of store that cares deeply about making sure that you have never felt a pair of shoes on your feet like this before. Okay, the Running Room, so you meet the staff, they're amazing. But you also meet the other customers, and here's who they are. These are people who, for the most part, want to become marathon runners. They go in and buy a pair of shoes, but then they join the running club. They join these running groups and running classes. What the running room promises to do is transform their clients into people who want to run or run a little bit into people who run marathons. Let's go to the second. That's their niche, right? So the first thing they do is they build belonging. They know you. They understand you. They literally, you're not just going and telling them your shoe size. They're measuring you. They watch how you walk. Okay, they ask you all kinds of questions. Nobody has ever asked you selling a pair of shoes before. So by the time you say, okay, I'll take them, you know that's the best pair of shoes. Now go to the niche. They own a niche. What's their niche? Their niche is people who want to run a marathon, okay? And they literally partner with you and they get it done. They participate with you. You literally become someone new because of them. Oh my God, what a story. And the third thing is what? Their experience is incredible. It is, isn't it? It is. Shoes are what they sell. Everybody sells shoes, including Amazon, including every sports store in town. I literally just drove past one. Okay? Is it the service? No, everybody has decent enough service. Everybody has a kid working at the counter who's willing to run back and grab 5 pairs for you. And if they don't have them here, call the other location and have them reserved. That's just what you do. Everybody does it. That's not enough. It has to be 2 other things. The experience, how you do it, how you make them feel, how you improve the satisfaction of your service, how you improve the client journey, how you eliminate ridiculous little friction points to make it all easier, and ultimately how you surprise them. So that's a part of your experience. The other part is who you're helping them become. And that brings us all the way around full circle. Belonging, right. You're not just a store, you're a store for people like me. You're not just a consultant who does this thing, Dennis, who knows a lot about this one subject. You're a person, Dennis, who sees the world the same way I do. I want to work with you because I love your service and I agree with it. But I want to belong to you because you see the world the same way I do. And in my own way, I'm speaking as you, it's a little creepy, I aspire to be more like you. The value you're bringing me, Dennis, isn't just in your goods and services. It's the consequence you have by rubbing off on me. So let's go all the way back to the beginning. What's the best advice I have for you? Create belonging. It's what Harley Davidson does. It's what Jeep did. It's what Apple did. Apple didn't say, come and buy a goofy machine that's incompatible with all other goofy machines. This is in the early 90s when I bought my first one. Apple said, come and think different. They created a place for me to belong, right? Right. When I talk to you about brands that have a cult-like following, that's what all of those businesses did. What? They started by creating a sense of belonging. All of the products that I just mentioned, every single one of them, all had troubles out of the gate. Harley Davidson were never traditionally the most reliable motorcycle. Apple was a complicated machine not to use, but because it wasn't compatible with anybody else, you were kind of off on your own, and they cost more. You could buy a machine that did the same stuff and offered way more convenience for about 1/3 of the price. And yet we bought Apples anyway. Why? Because of the invitation to think different. Jeeps, I'm driving one. It's my 3rd one. I love them. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it's the most comfortable car I've ever owned. That's not why I own it. I own it because it's a Jeep. It's part of my identity. I could do this all day long. Do what those other businesses did. It's not about transactions. It's about creating a place where people belong, where they feel known and safe. Okay? It's about your experience and owning a niche. Job 1, build belonging. Here's job 2. Follow me and watch my other videos. I am here to save you. Okay? I'll make more sense to you than anybody else you're listening to. And if you do what I say, I am telling you, you're going to win. I enjoyed chatting with you. Take care.